Okay. Okay. Well, I will start. All right. So, hello, everybody. As you're hopping on, say hi. Some of you have already been on and listening to our prior conversation, getting used to this webinar here and the fact that everybody can hear me even in the beginning. So, hello, hello, hello. As you're hopping on, let us know where you're from. If this is, some of you, Tammy, you had said this is your first experience with us. So if this is your first time joining us, let me know. If you are an OG and you have been here before, let me know. Tell me where you're from. Tell me how you are. Tell me all the things. I want to know. I want to know. And also share with me about what you're trying to create. From Ohio. Yay, Molly. I'm from Ohio originally. I love it. Michigan, fun, fun, fun. And like, what are you trying to create? Like, we're gonna get into the miracle vibes. And you guys, I was talking about this earlier um with our Magic Monday group, South Africa. I love it. And like I'm gonna really try not to get emotional, but I feel like I'm already getting emotional. I feel like I'm gonna get emotional here with you guys and all of you. I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of people registered for this event. We've had so many people excited for this energy of being available for miracles. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story because I really truly just I feel like I'm coming back home to myself with this, with teaching this understanding of miracles, this understanding of how life is truly meant to work and be for us, because we kind of, I don't want to say we got it all wrong, but we kind of got it all wrong. And it's time we come back to ourselves. It's time we come back to this energy, to this knowing, to this being of how we are supposed to operate in this world so that it can be what it's meant to be. It can be fun and it can be exhilarating and it can be all the things it's meant to be for us, because being human isn't supposed to be hard. It isn't supposed to be a struggle. It isn't supposed to be a constant challenge and uphill battle. And I feel like it is for a lot of people. I feel like it is for a lot of people. And it's time to change that. It's time to be supported by money, be supported by the universe, be supported by the magic and the miracles that are meant for us. Ooh, Sweden, you've been here so you've been here for a while, since we had Unstoppable You, re-entering this world with a new energy, not going to self-sabotage my success anymore. You're in the Aspen area. How beautiful. How beautiful. Okay. So, welcome to Available for Miracles. Like, I am so happy to be doing this with you guys, those of you who are live, those of you who are watching this on replay. So, this event was inspired by a few things. So, I'm going to share with you a little bit of my story, and the way this is going to work, this event is going to be very experiential. It's going to be a lot of my events are teaching. This is going to be a little bit of teaching the process, but we are going to actually walk through the experience together tomorrow and on Wednesday. So today is kind of going to be really understanding this, getting into this vibe, really understanding the first step to being available for miracles. And the next 2 days are going to be really walking through the experience of how we do this. And so let me circle back to 2020. And a lot of you have been with us for a while. Some of you are brand new and really got a taste of who we are. So for those of you that didn't know, we were on here a little bit early, and I didn't realize it is I am used to a normal Zoom where people come in and you like have to let them in. And so I was talking to Melissa and I thought we were just like here. And I was like, why do we not get a lot of people when we do it on Zoom? We get so many people on Facebook. I mean, we have hundreds of people registered for this event. And when we do things on Facebook, it's like everybody shows up. When we do things on Zoom, it's like we get the tiniest amount of people. And I really want to be on Zoom. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this because this is a good example of how you have to shift your energy, but also you have to co-create and work with the divine energy because we're 100% in control and we're 100% not in control. And we're going to talk about this because as you can start living in a space of full surrender and also full leadership all at once, this is where we enter like the magic. This is where we enter the miracle making of life. This is where all of a sudden life becomes miracle after miracle after miracle. And that is how I live. Like I was saying on another event that I was speaking at, I was saying, like I wake up like a Disney princess. I feel like I wake up and I'm like la 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 la, flowers and butterflies and stars and rainbows and life is so good. And I know that might sound ridiculous to some people. It sounds ridiculous even saying it. And it hasn't always been like this for me, you guys. It hasn't. It hasn't. I've gone through a lot of periods of it's been like that. It hasn't. It's been like that. It hasn't. And I know now that I have gone through those periods so that I could really understand what am I doing that's keeping me in this vortex of miracles and magic? And what am I doing that's keeping me not in that? And this is where I really started to figure it out. And I was like, okay, I'm starting to see this. And if you go back to 2020, when everything, if you're brand new, I started my business in 2018. And really my life became really magical around then. And not necessarily because I got the strategy. I figured it out. It was really because of a lot of the things I'm going to talk about today. And really today what we're going to talk about is, and I know usually when you're entering a environment talking about miracles and talking about magic, people focus on mindset and they focus on positivity and they focus on like getting into the vibe and holding the vision. And all of that, you guys, is such a piece of this, but not until we look at the first piece, which is really surrender and acceptance. And we're going to dive into that. But really, I went through a period of surrender and acceptance. And when we go through a period of surrender and acceptance, and here's the thing, we're going to do this together. I'm not just going to teach you this, we are going to do this together. We are going to do this together so that we can be in community, working together, working towards this energy, and me leading you through it so that you can really access this in real time. And it's going to be incredible. You will walk out changed. You will walk out transformed. You will feel different by the end of this. You truly will. And I guarantee you miracles will be created during this week. Miracles will be created. We are going to see people have money wins. We are going to see magical things happen because it's the vibe, it's the energy, it's how it frickin' works. It's how it frickin' works. So in 2020, really in 2018, things really started to pick up for me. And I was in this miracle vibe. It was like, I would join a program and try something. And like I remember the first coach I worked with, you guys. And I remember I launched my business in 2018. And in the first week, I made $25,000. And I remember going into her program and saying, like in the little, group, oh my God, you guys, the first week in, I just made $25,000. Yay. And everybody was like, what? No, how? How? And even the woman running this program, this was a huge program. She was a very known and big name. There was probably 800 people in this program that I was in. She literally was like, what? Oh my God, that's insane. And I remember thinking to myself, why is this woman surprised that I did this? Her whole like pitch to me, like the sales team was, if you follow our program, you will make $20,000 in the first month. Like, and all of a sudden I started to realize, okay, like this isn't normal for people. Like most people were really struggling. They're putting in way more effort than I was. working way harder than I was. And I've noticed this as I've gotten into this energy for the past almost decade, that things happen easier for me. They work faster. They come to me as long as I'm in this energy, because I also went through a couple year period where I wasn't in this energy, and it sucked. Like, it sucked. It was hard. It was a lot of hard work. Things didn't work how I wanted them to. It was like constantly being let down, and it sucked. And there's a difference, a big difference between when I was there and when I was here. And we're going to talk about how we get here, because like that's where we're supposed to be. This is how life is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be this hard struggly thing. And so what happened? Like, what did I do during that period that I wasn't doing during this period, that I'm now doing again, that has gotten me back into the miracle vibe? And so this event came because I really had, you guys, I was in this place of knowing, and this is like where I get emotional, of knowing that there was something more for me. Like, I have been teaching manifestation. I have been teaching money. I have been teaching all sorts of things for a long time. But there felt like there was something missing. There felt like there was more. And if you know me and you've been around, and if you don't know me, we're going to walk through this process a little bit about the how is never your job. The how is not your job. We focus so much as humans on the how. How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? How do I figure this out? That is not your job. Your job is to figure out what you want, to believe you get to have it, and to connect with the universe in such a deep way that the how just drops in. How is the universe's job? The hard part is the universe's job. And we forget that. We forget that because there's two parts to us. We are human, right? And often you'll hear people talk about this as masculine and feminine, right? Masculine and feminine energy. No, it has nothing to do with masculine and feminine. It has nothing to do with man, woman. It has nothing to do with that. That skews everything. What it is human and divine. Human and divine. And human energy is the what you can see. It's the tangible. It's the structured. Think of you as a human. You're structured, right? You're structured. You're solid. Now think of divine. Think of the divine. You can't see it. And think of your thoughts. Think of your feelings. You can't see them. You can't touch them. You can't contain them, although we try to contain them in our human, right? We try to contain our joy in our human. We try to contain our grief in our human. We try to contain all of it in our human. And guess what it's done? It's made us sick. It's made us burnt out. It's made us stuck. And it's kept us from connecting to our divine selves, to our magic, to the miracle vibe, to money, to all the things. Because that part of us was never meant to be contained. That part of us was meant to expand, explore, connect. That part of us is the divine essence of us. It's the magic, it's the beauty, it's the goodness. And we're trying to contain it in our human. We're trying to contain it in our human, and it is not working. It is not working for almost all of us. Almost all of us. I don't know other people that live in the miracle vibe like I do. I am like, where are they? Where are they? And now I'm like, okay, now it's time. I have like my Melissa and Jill on my team, and then like the people in our community. You come out of our community and I'm like, oh, it's so hard out here. It's so hard out here. And I used to think it was hard out here because like I was privileged and I had this and I had a leg up in life and all of these things. And it wasn't the understandings that we're going to talk through and work through today. It wasn't that. And I had to go back into the human world for a while to realize that, because here's the thing. I lived in the magic and the miracle money vibe, and then I also didn't. And guess what? How I looked didn't change. My privilege didn't change. Where I lived didn't change. My access to things and people and money didn't change. None of that changed. What changed? My connection to myself and to my divine magic. And that is what we are going to do here in these days together. We are going to reconnect to the divine part of us. You want miracles every day. You want to live a life where you are just blown away every day by how much the universe supports you. You have to believe in the universe and you have to trust the universe. And I'm going to tell you this. The hardest thing you will ever do in this life is surrender and trust the universe. It is one of the hardest process. The actual process is easy. The thing I'm going to teach you about surrendering and trusting the universe is probably the easiest. Like if I just tell it to you, you're like, well, that sounds really easy. But it's actually one of the hardest things you will do in life. But it is the absolute most rewarding. Because this is when money comes to you easily, magic shows up to you. This is when like you literally live in magic. You live in like a magic fairy tale where like you feel like the animals are talking to you and money's just showing up for you and things are just all around you because it is available. It is available in every freaking moment for you. It is here. And I know how frustrating that can be when people say it's here and you're like, but where? Because I don't see it. I don't see it. And I get it. But it is here. And we see proof of this constantly. So this event came because I saw a story about a woman who became a millionaire, homeless to millionaire in 1 week. I don't know if you saw it online. It was an incredible story to watch. She was homeless on the streets. She just left a women's shelter. She had 2 kids. She had no idea what she was going to do. And there's this guy, he goes around the world and he finds people who are amazing and he grants them miracles. But here's the thing to me, and this is what I saw when I saw this happen. This woman, he came up to her, she was living on the streets. He said, "Is there anything I can do to help you?" And she said, "Yeah, like I need a job, I need a house, I need so many things. Like I I don't even know where to begin." "Yeah, yes, you can. You can. You can help me with all these things." And he said, "Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Let's get you a house, let's get you a car." And he raised her over $1 million in a week. Now, why was that woman able to go from homeless to a millionaire in a week and the rest of us aren't? She was available. And I'll tell you this, the majority of people, if you ask them what they need, they'll tell you, "Oh, no, no." Like, I want you to really take a moment. I want you to think. I want you to think. I want you to really take a moment and think about yourself. And I want you to think about the last time somebody offered to help you. The last time a guy at the grocery store asked you if you needed help to take your stuff out. The last time somebody said, "Oh, can I help you with that?" The last time somebody offered to do something for you, offered you a compliment. The last time somebody offered to help you, did you say, "Oh my gosh, yes"? Or did you say, "No, no, no, I'm fine, don't worry about it"? Or when they complimented you, did you say, "Oh, thanks, but oh, this old thing? Oh my gosh, no"? What did you say? Were you available in that moment to receive? Were you available at the tiniest level to receive support out of nowhere? Or are you not even offered it? Have you cut off support so much that now you can't even see it? Or did you maybe accept it, but you felt bad about it? You felt like, "Oh God, can't believe I'm accepting this again. I should have been able to do this myself. Tell me. Were you like, yes, bring it on? Or not? That woman, that day, and here's the thing, you guys, most of us cannot let in miracles or money miracles until we hit rock bottom. Until we hit rock bottom. And then all of a sudden we hit rock bottom and we're like, well, shit, like things are really bad. Yeah. Yes, I do need help. But guys, we don't need to hit rock bottom for a miracle. We wait until our health is shit. We wait until our bank accounts are shit. We wait until things are like, "Bah!" And then we're like, "Ah!" Yes, Miss Independent, right? That's because that's what we're taught. And we're taught not to trust the divine. We're taught not to trust the divine. We're taught not to trust the divine. We're taught that whatever you want to call it, God, the universe, it's unpredictable. It's not dependable. You know what we're taught to trust? We're taught to trust the human. We're taught to trust the tangible. We're taught to trust what we can see, what we can touch, and we can feel. And guess what? Guess what? The human, my friends, will always let you down. I want you to think about that. Think in your life. Think in your life how many humans you've had interaction with, how many humans you've known over your life. I bet you there's not one that's like never fucked up, never let you down. Because we do. We do. We're human. We make mistakes. We fuck it up. We screw things up. We have our own things we're going through. And when we're going through things, it looks like we're pulling out our energy and our love from other people. I guarantee you, every single one of you, I guarantee you, every single one of you in your life had a parent who let you down when you were little, who didn't show up. Even if they were the best parent in the world, there were times when they weren't. There were times when they fucked it up. And do you know what happened to you as a little kid? You started making programming in you that said, oh, can't count on it. People are going to let me down. It's risky out there. Got to put walls up around my heart. Ooh, can't depend on, can't let people in. So we put walls up. We started being strong as a human. Started being strong as a human. And we kept thinking, oh, we have to depend on the human. The human. But the human kept letting us down. So over and over again, we're like, oh God, we can't trust. We can't depend. We can only depend on ourselves. And even then, we can't even depend on ourselves because guess what, guys? We let ourselves down. We fuck things up. We decide to eat the bag of Doritos when we actually should have eaten the broccoli. We don't do the thing when we were supposed to do the thing. Somebody said it earlier in here. I just want to not self-sabotaging myself. Guess what? You still will. It'll happen. Because we're humans. But guess what never lets us down? Guess what is the most dependable freaking thing on this freaking planet? The universe. The divine freaking energy. The miracles, money. You do know that money is literally how we have decided to do our life force energy. It is the divine in this world. And this can trigger a lot of people because people are like, no, money is money. It is not God. It is not divine. It is not. Yes, it is, friends. There was a time when we worked directly with the earth and with the divine energy to create and to allow ourselves to be supported. We worked with the earth to make it rain so that we would be prosperous and grow food. We worked with the energy to keep our animals healthy so that they were good and felt good. We worked with the energy with our body. Like we did all of that. And it worked. And there was a time where we prospered well as humans. And then we created money. And money was a resource that could be controlled by people. And then we started being taught that we didn't have direct connection to this divine energy. And we didn't necessarily even have connection to this divine money energy. We got cut off. Not because the divine cut us off, not because the energy of miracles and magic and money cut us off, but because we believed a story that wasn't true. We believed a story that wasn't true. And in believing this story, we cut ourselves off. We cut ourselves off. Money is our life force energy. It is literally how we live. It is literally how we live. It is literally how we express ourselves. It is literally how we are able to eat and express and grow and be in this world. It is a divine energy. And if you can understand that and you can open yourself up to it and you can start having an incredible relationship with the divine, you will start to have money just come to you like ridiculously. Like it won't even make sense. It won't even make sense. You guys, like this woman, this homeless woman, she just let it all go. She just stopped. She was like, there's nothing I can do here. She let her humanness melt away. And this is what happens. This is why often miracles come when we hit rock bottom. Because we hit rock bottom and we realize there is nothing our human can do. We exhausted it. We did absolutely everything the human could do. And now we go, I got nothing. I can't do any more. Maybe you can. Maybe you can. And we turn to this other part of us. And when we surrender in that way, when we accept that our human isn't the powerful one, isn't the thing, is just the vessel, the vehicle. When we realize that and we let that divine essence into us and we start trusting that piece of us, oh my God, does the magic happen? Does the magic happen? You know, I remember I was raised a Christian. I'm not a practicing Christian anymore. But I remember having moments of being in church when we would sing and they would talk about the Holy Spirit. And I remember just crying. I remember just being there and just tears running down my eyes and just sobbing because I felt that love, you guys. I felt, here's the reason why we have such a hard time connecting to the divine. I'm going to tell it to you right now, and we are going to work through it together in these days. We have the hardest time connecting to the divine because the divine is not like the human. The human, like I said, will let us down. The human loves conditionally. The human is human, and the human is beautiful, and the human contributes in a lot of ways to our experience here. But because we keep trying to depend on the human to figure things out, to be dependable, we keep being let down because we're depending on the wrong thing. The human's just the vehicle. The human's just the vehicle for the experience. The human is just what we're in so that we can have pleasure and fun and touch and feel and enjoy. It's the vehicle. It's not the part of us that we're supposed to be depending on. Because in those moments when I was in church and I could feel that love, it overwhelmed me. And today, and to this day, it still overwhelms me when I feel the full love, when I fully let the divine into my body. It overwhelms me. Why? And it doesn't overwhelm me like it used to, but it still does. Because the human we're taught is not worthy, is not lovable, is not is not worthy of this, that we have to do something to get something. That we can't just be completely supported and loved and taken care of by just enjoying ourselves and having fun. But guess what? That's all the universe wants for you, you guys. That is all the universe wants for you. This universe just wants to love you, to take care of you. It just wants to surprise and delight you. And you know what? So does money. So does money. I always say money is like the little puppy. You know, a dog, when you think of dogs, and I think this is why dogs make us so emotional in this world too. It's like that freaking dog will love you. It will love you no matter what. You can put that dog outside at night and it'll still be there in the morning just wanting to love you. Like you can do anything to that dog and that dog is just like, no, you're my person. I'm ready. I love you. I love you. That is money. That is the universe, you guys. And we are missing it. We are missing it. The universe is not like, oh, you need to heal. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to show up differently so that we can provide for you. No. The universe is like, you just need to be available for our love. And you need to know that it's not even about worthy and deservingness. That doesn't even exist. You existing means you get love. You existing means you get to be supported. You existing means you get to have all that you want. Your existence is enough. And I want you to hear me say that again. And I want you to let it hit you. Your existence is enough. Your existence is enough for you to be cherished. Your existence is enough for you to be adored. Your existence is enough for you to be rich. Your existence is enough. But I'm going to guess nobody ever taught you that. Because guess what? That's not what the humans believe. If you live in the fully human realm, if you have detached from your divine essence, there's only one way to live in the human realm. Do to get. Do to get. And this applies to love. This applies to money. This applies to everything. If you are fully living in the human realm, which literally 99.9% of people are, even the people who are very religious, but I will tell you, the people who are religious often do better because they believe that they are blessed. They believe that they are chosen. They do believe in a divine magic. But those of us, and that I bet you is many of you here, who often see the pitfalls of religion, see the discrimination of religion, see the constructs of religion that are oppressive, often turn the backs to religion, which is fine, but don't turn your back to the divine. Don't turn your back to the essence, to the love, to the support that exists for you. Don't turn your back on money because it's often what we do. And we don't even know we do it. We don't even know we do it because there's probably a lot of you sitting here right now thinking to yourself, well, I haven't turned my back on money. I haven't turned my back on the divine. I haven't turned my back on all of this. I believe in all of this. I do ask for help. I do allow in help. I do allow in money. I do allow this. But then let me ask you this. Are you stressed? Are you burned out? Do you have all the money that you want? Do you feel like magic and miracles are your everyday? Do you feel like you just live in the flow? Do you feel like you just live in this like la la fantasy land that's so freaking fun and incredible and magical? Because if you said yes to the first things I said, but then you said, well, not exactly to this other part I just said, then you believe it in your human brain. You believe it, you want it, but it's not embodied. That actual energy is not coursing and running through you. And that's how most people are living. They're saying the things, they're putting the things into their brain. They're trying to believe that this is true for them, that they get to have this, that money gets to be easy, that life gets to be easy, that, this can happen for them. But there's a disconnect. It's only living in your head. It's not living in the rest of you. And if it's not living in the rest of you, you're not going to create it. You're not going to create it because creating what you want, being available for miracles is about feeling. You have to feel it. You have to feel it. You have to know it. And in knowing it, it has to be all over your complete body. And most of us can't feel it. And why can't most of us feel it? Because we're disconnected from our feelings. We're disconnected from our feelings. Why? Well, because we don't like them. We've been taught they're not good. We've been taught our feelings are inconvenient and annoying, and we don't want them. And we don't want them. But guess what? The divine magic is. It's our feelings. Remember, it's the unseen. Remember, we're two parts. We're human, which is the structured piece of us. And the only way to create money, if you are in the human way, is you got to do something to get something. You got to do to get. You got to do to get. You got to do to get. The more you want, the more you have to do. Or you have to exploit others, which is a very common way the humans do it. You got to exploit others because you might not want to do more to get more. So instead, you make others do more to get you more. And that's what we see. That's the dominant paradigm we are in right now in our world, the human. We are pretty full human. We are pretty much human. The frequency on our earth right now is human. We have really cut out the divine. And we see it because the divine is us, it's the earth, and it's everything we create. And if you look around right now, what do we see? The earth is dying. Humans are dying. Humans are dying at a faster rate than ever before. We're burned out. We're stressed. It's not actually going well. Like if you look at the human world right now, you're kind of like, this is not going well. We can do better. We can do a hell of a lot better. And you're starting to see the magic pop up. You're starting to see, like I said, when you see the things of this, like this guy who's going out into the world and he's literally bringing miracles into people's life. It's a remembrance. It's a reminder that this is actually how it's supposed to be. This is actually how it's supposed to be. We aren't here for hard work. I want you to really think about the human. Like, think about this human. We are not designed for hard labor and hard work. We're not. Think about it. I mean, think of how freaking fragile this human is. We fall. We get hurt. I was literally thinking about this the other day with my kids. I was like, God, we're so freaking fragile. Like we fall, we get hurt, we break bones, we eat something, our tummy hurts. We're like, we work hard, we die at like freaking 40. We're tired, we're exhausted, our body hurts, we can't do it. Now, I'm not saying we're not designed to do shit. We are. But we're not designed to just like fucking grind and hustle. We are not designed for that. And I am a person that like, I pay attention. Like I look at shit and I'm like, oh, wait a second. They say that we're supposed to work hard and da-da-da, but like actually no, we're not. Like that kills us, that burns us out, that stress, like no, that's actually not what we're like. It doesn't make us happy. Like, no, we were not designed for that. Let me tell you, what are we designed for? Again, think of a human. Think of how freaking beautiful this world is when you use your eyes to see. Think of the colors. Think of the beauty on this planet. Think of the joy it brings. Think of the smells of food. Think Think of the smells of flowers. Think of taste. Think of touch. Think of your nether regions and the pleasure that comes from that. Think of how joy feels in your body. Friends, we are designed for pleasure. We are designed to experience this world. It's like a bunch of something created this earth, the animals, the rivers, the flowers, and they were like, it's so beautiful. It was like they painted a picture and then they were like, this is so beautiful. Like, can we go into the painting? Yeah, let's go into the painting. Let's do it. And so we came here to do it, or we evolved. We kept evolving life so that we could create something that could actually experience the pleasure of this world. Right? And we did it. And we came here and we were like, oh my God, this is the best. Because even though a whole bunch of old rich men erased a huge part of our human history, because they did, let me remind everybody that there was a long period of time where life was actually pretty fucking good for humans, where we were frolicking in fields and dancing and enjoying and having the best time. The best time. And we knew that the universe supported us. And we knew that we were taken care of. And we knew that there would always be all the resources that we needed. And we knew that we could be healthy. And we knew that we got along and that we loved this place. And we trusted. We trusted in the divine essence that created us, that is us, that's all around us, that runs through us. We trusted that when even things weren't working, that it was here because we were supposed to understand and grow and move and learn something. And so we didn't fret, we didn't panic, we trusted, we believed, we understood. And then something happened. Still not quite sure what. Still not quite sure why. But somewhere along the lines, somebody decided that they could control people, they could control resources, and they started to do that. And the only way to do that was to cut us off from our divine. Because somewhere along the lines, all of these people maybe went into their human and they had to start working hard. And they didn't like working hard because, again, we're not designed for super hard work. We're designed to work. Don't get me wrong. I show up, I freaking work. Sometimes I wake up and I do not sit down until I go to bed. I am a human doing, going. But you know what? Because I am connected to my divine energy, because I am connected to my divine flow and my divine purpose, it never feels like work. It feels like fun. It feels like I am just like freaking having the best time. It is like I am the Disney princess Snow White, just la 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 la, cleaning the house while the birds chirp and fold the laundry for me. And you can think I'm crazy and you can think this sounds insane, but it is not. It is how it's supposed to be. And we have been duped. Money is not supposed to be hard. Life is not supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be fun. We are here for a pleasure-filled, fantastic experience, but we can only do it when we can let the divine in. And let me tell you this, I don't care how much you've let the divine in, how much you think you've let the divine in. If you are not frolicking around, having the best time with money flowing in from all different places in all different ways, and you are just loving it, there is work to be done. There is work to be done. And where do we start? We start with surrender and acceptance. We start with surrender and acceptance because here's the thing. If you want to be available for miracles, if you want to live in the motherfucking magic that is this life, if you want money to flow to you in the best and easiest ways possible without you having to do more to get, it is about your relationship with yourself and your relationship with the divine. And if any of you have been married in here or any of you have had a long-term relationship with anyone, you will know that you can't let that flow in. You can't fix anything until you put all your cards on the table. And what do I mean by that? This is the give it to God phase. We often are trying so hard to hold it all together and look positive and act positive. And this is the piece people miss constantly. And this is the piece that literally I have had people walk away from me because they're too scared to look at this and they're too scared to do this. And then they still end up struggling in the cycle of hardship, but trying to maintain a positive vibe. The positive vibe isn't going to do it. It's not about vibing. It's not about being positive. Yes, there is a piece of rewriting your coding so that you believe that this works for you. But if you don't have a relationship, if you haven't laid your cards out on the table, you can't even do that. You can't even do that. So, what is surrender and acceptance? What does that look like? So, I'll go back to my Christian upbringing. So, because there's a lot of good, religion teaches some good shit, but then it teaches some really bad shit. It's like, have you ever played the game Two Truths and a Lie? There's religion for you, except for it might be two lies and a truth. And if it works for you and you love it, keep doing it. But if you're looking for something else, we got it. We're coming with it. Because here's the thing, and this is like when I was a Christian, they used to say like leave it on the cross. Give it to God. And what did that mean? It meant kind of what I've been saying all along is like when you hit rock bottom, you do. That's exactly what you do. You like you let it all out. You're like, I can't go anywhere, I can't do anything, like bleh. Like I can't. You leave it. Now, what most people think giving it to God or leaving it on the cross or giving it to the universe or surrender and acceptance means is they often do it half-assed. Like, I'll be honest. It's like, I surrender. I give it to God. Mm-mm, that's not what it looks like. Surrender and acceptance looks like the realest you've ever been in your life. It looks like you saying what you need to say, doing what you need to do, like not even doing, feeling what you need to feel. It looks like you no longer holding back. It looks like you sitting down with the universe and literally airing your grievances. Grievances. Why can't I say this? You know what I'm saying. It looks like I'm not a Seinfeld watcher, but Melissa, who's on here with me, will will get this. And if you've ever watched Seinfeld, it looks like Festivus, which is where it's like, tell me everything. It looks like me sitting down with you as like your therapist with a notebook, and I'm like, tell me everything. We are in a closed room. Nobody will ever hear it. Tell me everything. Tell me everything that makes you mad about this person. Tell me everything that makes you mad about the universe. Tell me everything that makes you mad about the world. Tell me everything that makes you mad about yourself. Tell me everything that makes you sad. Tell me all the people that have hurt you and how terrible you still feel inside. I've got a real problem with you people. Now it's Festivus. It's you literally coming to the table with all of your cards and no longer fucking holding back. And that is how I have gotten here, guys. And it's so funny because when I was in this period where I was like in the magic and then I lost it and I was very in the human realm, it was like I was searching for some magic pill. Like I was like, oh, what do I need to do? How do I get back there? And how I finally got back there was the same way I got there to begin with. I felt my fucking emotions. I got really real with myself. I stopped trying to hide it. I stopped trying to pretend like everything was okay and it wasn't that bad and it was fine. And I just let it out. It's having the temper tantrum. I let it out. And furthermore, I yelled at the universe. Who I was the most mad at was myself and the universe. I felt like the universe had let me down. I felt like I had let myself down. I felt like I was a failure. I felt like I wasn't worthy and I wasn't good enough. I felt like I hated this experience. I hated being here. And it was so hard. And I'm going to tell you, you guys, most of us as humans right now, we're mad because we have been cut off from our divine selves and it has sucked and it is hard and it is exhausting. And we are holding on by tiny threads, being like, no, no, it's not that bad, especially us women, because we have been trained and we have been taught to tolerate and tolerate and tolerate and tolerate until we can't tolerate anymore, and to hold it in and to hold it in and to hold it in and to hold it in. And men too. Men have been taught that they're not even fucking allowed to have an emotion. No emotions for you. And so, what are we all doing as humans? We're breathing, we're holding it in, and we're just hoping it gets better. Let me tell you, hope ain't gonna do it, friends. Hope ain't gonna do it. The universe is demanding more of you. The universe is demanding more of us. You wanna know why the world is fucking on fire right now in a complete shit show across the globe? I'll tell you. The universe is poking our buttons. The universe is like, all right, guys, how long are you gonna let this go on for? How long are you going to hold this in for? How long are you going to pretend that everything's okay? What the hell do we have to do to you crazy ass humans to get you to finally tell us how mad you are, get to the frickin' table with us, and revamp this connection? Your divine essence is calling you back. It's calling you back. But it can't do it until you show up real. You know, the first thing a marriage therapist tells you when you go to marriage therapy, I've actually never been there, but this is what I think they do. I'm assuming this is what they do. At least, actually, never went to marriage therapy, but when I was leaving my fiance, because he was crazy, he was like, let's go to therapy. And I was like, okay, fine. And like the first thing the lady said, and we did it separately because we were already broken up, was like, tell me how I need to know, like, how are you really feeling about this? How do you really feel about him? How do you really feel about this relationship? Like, how do you really feel? Really? I don't want you to sugarcoat it right now. I don't want you to sugarcoat it because how I got back into the miracles and magic energy is I felt it. I had a Festivus with Melissa, with my husband, with the divine, with my business, with money, with all of them. And I sat down and I was like, what the fuck? Why is it like this? I'm so mad. I'm so sick of this. I let my human have its moment because we are so full, you guys. The divine cannot get into this human if we are just full of stuff, full of shit. We gotta let it all out. And actually, we're gonna do some of that tomorrow together. How fun. You guys were like, this is not what I thought I signed up for. I thought I signed up for this really amazing experience where you were just going to be like, magic and miracles, feel them in your body. Here we go. And I'm going to tell you this, you guys. I can do that. You can do that too. And that's what most people in the manifesting and magic world teach. They teach you how to literally create an energy and a vibe for a period of time where everything flows. But then guess what? It goes away. It goes away. And you're in this. And it sucks. You constantly are going back between your human to the divine, to the human to the divine. That's what often people do with meditation, right? You leave your human and you're like, I'm here. That's so much of what's going on is we're either in the human or we're in the divine. No, it's time to bring it together. It's time to bring it together. It's time to bring the divine back into our bodies because that's when your human becomes a magic human. So fun. That's when your human becomes a magic human. And like, I really mean like a magic human. Like, you guys, I have shit that happens to me that like sometimes I like literally freak myself out. Like, I'm like, okay, that was like real magic. That was like, I opened the cabinet, beans were not in there. I closed the cabinet and was like, universe, send me beans. And I opened up the fucking cabinet and the beans were there. And I'm like, okay, maybe it was just there and like I didn't see it. But like, I'm not joking. And it's been really hard for me. I'm going to be honest, you guys. This can make me cry again. This has been a long time coming of me feeling confident and okay enough to start sharing this because it's weird and it sounds crazy. And it sounds like, what? You like what? Magically bippity boppity boo beans into your thing? Yes, I did. The things I have done. I mean, I have freaking fixed planes with my magic where they're like, oh, the plane was broken, but like we thought we needed another one, but somehow now it's all of a sudden fixed. I'm like, and like literally, and I'll tell my kids and my husband now, give me a second. Like, ask my son, I move the weather all the time. Like, I'm not joking with you. The magic is real, and it's not just me. It's not just me. I know it's all of us. I know it's all of us. And I have been scared. I will be honest with you. I have been scared to teach this. I have been scared for a few reasons. One, because there is a movement in this world right now that is trying to squash this magic more than ever before. Because they know that once we start hitting into this, they done. They can't control us. They can't do this. We change the whole frequency of the earth. Stuff that shit doesn't work anymore. The shit doesn't work. Only the good stays. But it's also scary because it sounds so crazy because we've been taught for so long that this is crazy. We've been taught for so long that being human is hard and it's a struggle and that it's not. It was a bad story that we've all bought into and believed. And it's time for a new story. It's time for a new story. All right, let me read a few of your comments that I am missing. I didn't know how it's going to look like, and I love it. It's my time to reconnect with me and the divine. I love it. My connection is inviting in another level of surrender that I thought I was already in, so it's lovely to be reminded there's more now. I love the magic. The truth is, this is the truth. It's time for this. It 100% is. For me, weather works, so I know magic can work for me. Yes. This is how it's supposed to be, you guys, and we have lost this. It is time to come home. It is time to come home. And it is time to remember this. It is time to bring it into our body. It is time for things like money to get easy. You are supposed to be supported. Just like we used to be able to look up into the skies and say rain and grow our food. And the rain would come and the food would grow and we would dance through the fields and eat and be happy and prosperous. We're supposed to be able to do that with money. We're supposed to be able to look up and say, hey, money, I'm going to need more of you. Show me the way. Show me how to bring you in. And guess what? The idea is supposed to come in. Are we going to have to work? Are we going to have to implement things and do things? Yes. I'm not saying that you're just going to sit here and be like, money, come to me. And then tomorrow you look at your bank account and you're like, oh, I have $1 million in there. Cool. Now, I'm not saying that can't happen. I am not saying that can't happen because I am available for all of it. But what I am saying is, you're not meant to just float on a raft staring at the sky every day, drinking a pina colada. I mean, sometimes that's fun. You want to contribute. You want to explore and experience and do. You want to feel the magic and spread the magic. I know you do. It is what we are here for. But it's about finding your magic, your essence, your contribution. And it can look all different, you guys. It can look all different. You might be somebody who is meant to grow bonsai trees and just spend your days clipping and growing bonsai trees and selling them for hundreds of dollars because it brings joy to you and joy to others. And you make all the money doing it because you literally just love it. This is the new world. This is how things are supposed to be going. This is what we are here for. To live in the magic and miracles and money vibe. Life is an adventure, and we are in a playground that offers so many delightful and magical choices. Yes, ma'am, we are. But it starts with surrender and acceptance. It starts with surrender and acceptance. And this is the hardest part for our human. This is the hardest part for our human because I'll tell you again, guys, we were not designed to work hard. We were not designed to struggle. And so when we do, it's really hard for us to come to terms with it. It's really hard for us, but we can do it. And it is the first step in being available for miracles. It is the first step in being available for money and expanding into more money in a way that isn't about doing more, marginalizing, exploiting people, or doing anything like that, about just allowing it. So tomorrow, woo, tomorrow the work starts. Old paradigm conditioning has a strong hold in our system after centuries coming together. It does. It has a very, very, very strong hold. It is the dominant frequency. And this is why I am literally devoted to creating spaces and communities and bringing us together, because that's the only way we shift this frequency. That's the only way we really start changing things. I think I did surrender many times, but I actually think I don't know how to do it. Well, lucky for you, girl. We're doing it tomorrow together. We're doing it tomorrow together because I think a lot of you guys don't know how to do it. I think a lot of people don't go deep enough into it. They don't allow themselves to completely surrender, because I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm going to be honest here, it's scary. It's scary. It's scary for our human to, and know this, you guys, as you grow into this miracle energy, you will have to resurrender over and over again, because it's an expansion process. Every time I want to go to my next level of letting in more without necessarily having to output the same amount, I have to surrender again. I have to surrender the control myself to this divine magic. And it's scary because you can't see it. You can't see it. It's blind trust. And that might be the scariest thing for the human. And not necessarily because it doesn't work, but because we've been taught for so long to depend on this. We're never done. We are constantly uploading and finding new nuggets. Oh, yes, we're constantly. And I'm scared it's not going to work for me. Oh, we're going to get into that a number of times where I talk about how scared. Yes, yes. You got to be a little crazy. You got to jump. And we're going to jump tomorrow together, because this is why this experience is so special, is that I didn't want to just teach you and talk to you about this. I wanted to do it with you. And so tomorrow and the next day, we're going to be doing it. We're going to be diving into this experiential piece together and really surrendering together and really opening ourselves up. And we're going to cry together and we're going to laugh together and we're going to connect into the miracles together. And it's going to be magic. There's no other thing it could be. Okay. All right, beautiful humans. I love you. And I am so glad you guys are here with us. And I am so glad we are doing this. And I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place, different dress, but I'll be here and I can't wait. Okay, in the meantime, before you leave, take a moment today or tomorrow before you show up and start writing down some of the things that maybe you need to be surrendering. Start, have yourself a little Festivus. Just start writing them down. You don't necessarily have to feel them yet. We're gonna start getting into this. That's okay, Lee. If you missed it, the replay will be sent out shortly. Watch the replay. It was magic. And then be back tomorrow, just 1 hour earlier. Okay? All right, beautiful humans. Until tomorrow.